Yep, it's that time. It's time for another hog roast with our favorite sex pig, Jason Blaha. Woo! Let's do this. Jason, the buttfucker, Blaha. Here we are on Jason's very own 100% dedicated to the sex pig channel on BitChute. Yeah, he thought he could get rid of me off of YouTube. Well, he's not done that, and he's now got a dedicated roasting channel all to himself on BitChute, where I just come to just vent, let out my frustrations on this disgusting lying sack of shit they call Jason Blaha. Anyway, so we got lots to cover on this, but in this video, this is one of his newest videos. Well, it came up a couple of days. I say newest, I mean this was a couple of days ago. Today's the 28th. This came out on the 24th, which means he's done 5, 10, 20 plus videos since this came out. He is racking up a minimum of 5 videos a day, 30, 40 videos a week, just for the YouTube shekels. Give me the shekels, please. I want the YouTube shekels. I only make $4 after tax and YouTube's cut. $4 a video, please. I have to make at least 30 a week just to buy jasmine rice. Anyway, so this came out 4 days ago, so it's buried under 20 plus videos, so you can find it, but you have to look way down the list. And in this, he is triggered, triggered by my video, the come on the pants video. You know, his little booty shorts, his hot pants, covered in cum, glistening in dried semen from him or someone else. I don't know who, but it looked like he had snails crawling all over his fucking shorts. They were disgusting. Anyway, so in this, he is well and truly triggered. Because in that video, I mentioned that he doesn't sweat. Yeah, he doesn't sweat. He has huge, long rests between sets. Yeah, huge. So in one of his newest videos, he even said he went down the shop between sets and came back and finished them off. So he has huge rests. Maybe asleep. Maybe eats a meal. Maybe moves some furniture between sets. So he does one rep, has a little nap, wakes up, goes down the shop, and then comes back and does another rep. He gets through does 3 reps in like 48 hours, it seems. Absolutely fucking useless. Anyway, what's the point in this shit? Why does he do it? Apart from the YouTube shekels. Need the shekels, give me the shekels. Yeah, the YouTube shekels. That's all he fucking does it for. He does it. If there were real clients, he doesn't give a fuck about them. This isn't about them and making them better. It's about trying to milk everyone and anything, any way possible to get shekels. That is all his game is. He's a con man. Anyway, there are no fucking clients. Let's get that straight. They are a fucking figment of this fat fuck's imagination. Yeah, there are no clients. There's never been any clients. Who the fuck would want this clown to teach them anything? What could he teach you? He's got no qualifications. What's he going to teach you? He hasn't got himself in shape, so he clearly doesn't know anything about what he's trying to teach. Allegedly teach, because he doesn't teach anyone. He can't even get himself into shape. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent, a rant. He was well and truly triggered by the fact that I said he doesn't sweat, he has huge rests between single reps, and obviously he's using fake weights, and his trousers are covered, or his shorts are covered in cum. So he actually addresses all of that in this video. So let's have a little look at this, and then we're going to get into another subject.
Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for another Orc Mode workout, and today was dynamic effort squat and deadlift day. Hardest day of the week for me, and it's my final training day before my 2 restoration days. Just a quick reminder.
2 restoration days. Just his terminology says he's a cunt. The terminology he uses. Look at all the shit he's got. Look, all the crap to try and like just deceive you and throw you off. You know that he can't do decent weight. He has to use fake technique plates. Well, real technique plates that are fake weights. They're not real work. They're just practice weights. Absolute loser of a man. But look at all this shit he has to try and just smoke and mirrors. It's misdirection. That's what a magician calls it. I want you to look at this hand while he's doing something with the other hand. Yeah. So he wants you to look over here while he's doing something down here. Misdirection. Classic misdirection. And that's what all this shit is. All the bands, the chains and everything are there to sort of misdirect you away from the weight and the fact that he hasn't progressed in years.
If you guys enjoy these vlogs and watch them every day, please click like. Help me keep the likes higher than the dislikes due to that script these loser-ass clowns run. And if you guys would...
he still thinks that someone's got a bot, a Russian or Muslim bot is disliking his videos. Jason, I know you watch these because you're always in my comment section using sock accounts. Talk about them in a minute. But I know you watch this. Blaha, Jason, Pig, there are no bots. These 139 people is just a small percentage of the people that genuinely hate you. Yeah, for all your lies, deception, dog killing, tranny beating, because I'm sure he knocked Moon Cookie about as well. You know, fucking threw her out on the street, didn't he? Made her live in a car, her, him, his, whatever pronoun she wants, it wants to use. I don't know. But yeah, that's why people hate you, Blaha. Yeah? All the lies, the stolen valor, the dog killing, the abusing of transsexuals, that sort of thing. That's why people hate you.
Channel click like on my other videos I uploaded today would be greatly appreciated. Now let's get over to the workout. I had to readjust all that.
Right. See how slowly he saunters up to the camera, really making sure you see that his little booty shorts are clean today. So he's washed them. He's washed his only pair of shorts. So just he really sort of highlights it because he doesn't usually saunter up to the... I mean, he minces around like a fairy, but he doesn't saunter up to the camera quite so slowly and quite so obviously until the day he washed his only pair of shorts.
Appreciate it. Now let's get over to the workout.
And he just wants to make sure. Oh, what's all this? Oh, what's all that? It's melting. All the stretch marks. And he's got that C-section thing down here where he had a child. But it didn't come out of his vagina, his mangina. Anyway, so he wants you to really see that he has taken his few t-shirts and his shorts, his one pair of shorts, down to the laundrette, the laundromat. Yeah, he's been down the laundromat in the high street there, in the street, and he's put a couple of dollars in to clean his shorts and his couple of pairs of t-shirts so that no one can roast him for it. Anyway, but he really does highlight it. But this is disgusting. My God, looks like vomit.
readjust all that. If you guys noticed, the bar went down another slot. I totally set my J hooks in the wrong position. Mainly because, again, I'm using the Buffalo bar and it needs to go a notch lower. You always want to have to squat the bar out of the J hooks a little bit.
Look how fucking fat that inner thigh, the cellulite. Men shouldn't get cellulite. Women get cellulite. It's very hard for men to get cellulite. But we know he's carrying an extra chromosome, don't we? And he has the extra Y chromosome. The old muffin top. Fucking vile. He's still got these stupid fucking things nailed to the wall as well. There's the red towel.
Unlike the bench, which you want to have minimal travel, it's just easier if things get bad and you have to re-rack it. So I had to undo all of that and redo it after the first set. So at least I got a break, because normally I take 60 seconds.
So he says he got a break because he had to move these silly little J hooks down or something to get it in a better position. And he got a break. It gave him a break because usually it takes him 60 seconds. He only takes a 60-second break apparently, which is news to us because we know he's said in the past that he likes to have a nap. And in one of his more recent videos, he said he went to the shop between sets. But now all of a sudden, he wants us to believe that he only takes 60 seconds between reps, or between sets, sorry.
So I had to undo all of that and redo it after the first set. So at least I got a break, because normally I take 60 seconds on these. But overall,
so already he's given us a clear view that his shorts aren't covered in someone else's cum anymore. He's washed them. He's washed the cum off of his shorts. He said he can't cum. He showed the little thing, didn't he? He said he's shooting blanks and he can't cum, and his balls don't work properly because of all the gear he's taken. All that mixed up in a plastic bowl gear that he's made and fucking injected into his arm, and he had to have his arm, half of his arm taken out and all that sort of stuff. Half his bicep cut out because it was infected. But now he's so he's he's saying he can't come, or he couldn't come before. He was impotent, couldn't get an erection, couldn't have a child, couldn't do anything. Absolutely impotent. But now, so that really that raises a question: whose cum was that? And I'm thinking maybe someone else's cum. Yeah. Maybe he went for a trip down memory lane with Moon Cookie and she whipped out her dick and cum all over him. I don't know. The twisted world of Blaha. It's fucking sick. It's depraved, gay for pay, fucked up shit. Anyway, so the cum is gone and he's now doing 60-second breaks, apparently, because I was taunting him in my video. So next thing up is sweating.
Happy with the way these went today. They were fatiguing, but not as fatiguing as they sometimes feel. I feel like I'm getting used to doing my waves with the bands over and over and over. I'm adapting to the bands, which means obviously we never do the same workout twice, because in theory...
So I'm thinking that what you said there, we never do the same workout twice. I'm thinking he's having a little pop at me because I'm doing the same workout for 15 days. Because that's a good way to gauge your fitness and how quickly you're getting fit. How quickly you recover, how heavy it feels or how light it feels after a while because your body's getting stronger. It's a nice way to gauge your training properly. Yeah. That's how we do it in judo. That's how most athletes learn techniques. They do it slowly. So you start doing the circuits slowly, and it's hard because it's new, and then your body adapts to it, and you get stronger and faster, and then you add to it. But like him, he chucks bands in, chains in, messes around, fucking does all sorts of things in different, he never does the same thing twice. He uses a motherfucking random number generator to get his training sets in, to get different exercises. A random number generator. Can you believe that? So he never does the set. That's because if he did, we'd know that he's not that fucking strong. Alright? It's a good way to gauge. It's a sensible way to gauge. Do the same thing for a while. Get used to it. Get effective at it. Bruce Lee said, fear not the man who knows 1,000 kicks, but fear the man who's done one kick 1,000 times. Yeah? I hope you understand that. That means, do the same thing. Repetition. Practice makes perfect. All these things, all these sayings mean something. And it means do the same thing over and over again. Perfect it. And then move on. This is the mind of a martial artist. This is a mind of someone who knows how to achieve things, yeah? Not just random fucking things, left, right, center, master of none, jack of all trades, yeah? Jack of all trades, master of none. No, perfect things. So do your workout. Do it for 15 days. See how you feel at the end of it. You should be fitter and stronger. And then you move on, you add to it. This fucking clown, this is why he never achieves anything. This is why he hasn't gained any size, any shape. His body is a fucking car crash mess because he's got no control over himself. He can't focus on one thing for long enough because he doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, so he's going to talk about sweating now because I said he doesn't sweat. He's never broke a sweat in any of his videos.
We'll be stronger every 9 weeks, right? Because what am I doing? I'm going to use 3 different bars, and we run 3-week pendulum waves to where we increase the weight 5% more of my 1 rep max each week. So we start at 50, 55, 60, and then I add 25% band tension. Now, I actually have a hair more than that because I didn't have the exact amount. So
he's adding this, adding that, putting bands on, fucking confusing everything. So no one knows what he's doing because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's a fucking mess. That's why he looks like a fucking mess.
5 pounds over on band tension. That's okay. A little more band tension is not going to hurt anything. I would rather overshoot band tension on speed work than undershoot it given a choice. Like if I've got to pick which direction, I'm 5 pounds off no matter what I do, well, I'd rather be a hair heavy. Because my next combination down would have been 10 pounds light. Right? It would have been 10 pounds light, and that's not good. Better to be 5 pounds over. Now, of course, I could fine-tune that better if I grab that tiny little set of 15-pound mini bands and order them. I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I've got 4 different band sets from Rogue, and I have enough combinations to work with. But sometimes it is 15-pound jumps, and that's okay. But we did 10 doubles today with 55% max with 25% max band tension. Now,
10 doubles, 55%. What's he doing? Trying to make it all complicated. Weight training isn't complicated. You just pick up heavy things. Move them in a certain way to develop a certain muscle. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. But to him it is because he's got a 6th grade mentality, right?
You guys will notice the box height. I'm doing everything on an 11-inch box, and I know that's well below par.
Did he just say, I like 11-inch box? I like 11 inches in my box. I thought it was a 12-incher myself. I thought he fancied 12 inches. That's why he goes for the Chuck Basher. Goes for him, doesn't he? The Booty Warrior. He likes 12 inches, not 11 inches. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he starts off with 11 inches in his box and then he moves on. An extra inch.
Parallel. Particularly when I keep my shins upright. Okay, particularly when the shins are upright and we sit back on the box. And people say, well, why is that? Because I actually have, at this point in my rotation...
Now, I've just noticed this, yeah? I think this is the bit where he comes in. Look, he's just finished a set, yeah? This is the set he's just finished. All right. He's a little bit shiny, but that's just probably greasy skin from all the greasy food he eats. Yeah. And then watch, he comes back soaking wet, which means he's probably sprayed himself down or chucked a load of water over his back, and he's walked on the set, as it were, into his little room, soaking wet. Now, when you watch my videos, you see me go from dry to wet, yeah? And you start seeing the fucking wet stain appearing and my face glistening and sweating. He actually walks on after rest, sweatier than before. You know, you sweat during the workout, and once you stop, because your body makes you want to cool down. That's why you sweat, yeah, because it cools you down quicker. It's trying to get your temperature down. That's why we sweat. But he walks on after his rest, wetter than when he came off after the set. Watch.
Particularly when I keep my shins upright.
See, he's not that wet. He's not.
Okay, particularly when the shins are upright and we sit back on the box. And people say, well, why is that? Because I actually have.
And then he walks on soaking wet.
In my rotation.
Look, he's wet now. So he's been off, splashed some water on himself to make him look like he's sweating, because I mentioned that he never sweats. And now he looks sweaty.
20 different max box squats on the chart that you guys have seen. They're all off the 11-inch box. Now, if I were to use a 12-inch box also, I would have 40 different squats with them.
So he's talking about a 12-inch in his box now.
I'm trying to do everything off an 11-inch box, just like I'm doing all my pulling conventional now. I feel like I can develop all the strength I need for the sumo as far as the lower body goes, doing wide stance box squats and doing my hip belt squats, right? But the speed squatting, it went well. Our technique was good. We set back, we exploded. And some people will say, well, should you be exploding slightly faster? Well, against the bands, not necessarily. Those bands really decelerate you when you hit that point. I'm fast off the box. But when you start hitting 130 pounds of band tension midway up, it does decelerate you a bit, and you have to drive through that. And that's kind of the whole point. It's kind of the whole point. It's a little bit different of a beast. But if people doubt how hard I'm working, look how much of a sweat I'm breaking. I have the AC on, and there is a fan blowing directly on me. There's a box fan blowing on me.
All right, so there he said it, you know. If you doubt how hard he's working, he's got a fan on him and a second fan, and he's still sweating. He's not putting water on himself. He's sweating. Honest, kids. He's really sweating. Yeah, right.
It does decelerate you a bit. And you have to
he's coming on. He's coming into scene wet, which means he's wetting himself down before he gets it.
Through that. And that's kind of the whole point. Kind of the whole point. It's a little bit different of a beast. But if people doubt how hard I'm working, look how much of a sweat I'm breaking. I have the AC on, and there is a fan blowing directly on me. There's a box fan blowing on me.
Where? How big do you think this room is? We know the wall is just here. We can't see a second fan, can we? He's fucking lying. He hasn't got the aircon on. He hasn't got the, because he can't afford to have it on. He hasn't got a little box fan. He's got nothing. He's just throwing water on himself, pretending that he's sweating.
While I'm doing these. Okay. Speed work is hard. To me, this is more work. This is harder than max work. Max work is easy.
He reckons this is speed work. Anyway, so what I want to do now is I want to look at his sock accounts that he's using. Yeah, so he's been talking to me via, making comments in my videos using 2 sock accounts. All right, and these are the guys here, and he's so fucking dumb. What does he call this shit? Yeah, he calls it orc mode training. So what does he do? He uses 2 obvious names. Look, Mitch Connor, John Locke, and he puts orc pictures in them. Yeah, orc pictures. And if you click on these people, they don't have any don't have any content. Nothing whatsoever. These people are fake. These are fake accounts. Yeah. Click on it. No content. Nothing. No subscribers. Nothing. Look, there's the orcs. Look, I mean, he doesn't even. He's so stupid. You know, why? If you're if you're trying to create a sock account, why the fuck would you put orcs in there when you're the only person that plays fucking World of Warcraft and all that bollocks, and you're fascinated by like demonic sort of, you know, angry bestial creatures? You know, I don't know what fantasies he has with orcs and gang rapes and all sorts. Imagines himself getting gang raped by some orcs or something, violated in every orifice. I don't know what goes through that dirty, freaked out pervert's mind. I really don't. Anyway, so we're just going to move on now to the next thing. So these two are the two current sock accounts anyway. Mitch Connor, an orc, and John Locke, an orc. So keep an eye out for them, because when they comment on my videos, you know it's him. Yeah, and I've been, you know, taking a piss and roasting them as well, because I know it's him. Right. So Einstein said insanity is defined by doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. Yeah? Einstein said that. Do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result. That means you're insane. Yeah? So if I push this, it falls that way. I do it again, it falls that way. Push it again, it falls that way. If I push it, but I expect it to go a different way, that means I'm insane, because I'm doing the same thing. So it's going to have the same result. So when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you expect something else to happen, that means you're fucking mental. Yeah? Einstein said that. So, you know, if we look at this, yeah, from the other day, this is a video we were just watching, squat, deadlift, dynamic effort, and then we look at this. You know, this is his channel. It's all the same stuff. Look, max effort, bench press, right? It's all the same for years and years. He's just dynamic effort, squat and deadlift. It's the same 5 videos just churned out every fucking day. It's the same. You know? Every month he says the same things. He just flip-flops around. Sometimes he contradicts himself. You know, but it's the same shit. Especially now he stopped doing the drama. And, you know, so we got his orc mode training, dynamic effort, squat and deadlift, 2020. And here it is from 2013. The same shit. And it really is the same shit. Because I think this is back in England when before he offended all the Muslims and the veterans and everything else. But he's doing a box squat. He's got the fucking bands, and he's, you know, a lot less weight in here because he's using real weights here. He's not using fake weights. So using a lot less. But he looks the same. Still the same useless shit.
It's set really tight under the bar. Obviously, I'm low bar squatting. You'll notice I set my hips and everything back, and I sit back, not down. You want to minimize knee travel. And look at that squat booty. Look at that squat booty. So even back then, he was obsessed with arses and Chuck Basher and young boys and sending dick pics to people. I mean, fucking twisted. Really, he's always been a very sick individual. and it should be as fast as humanly possible on speed work.
Look what he's wearing. You know.
Okay, this is my first real work set. Same thing, set it tight, get under the bar, walk it out, and you'll notice that the bar is actually bending at the top from the bands, even though there's only 110 kilos on there. So it gives you an idea of how much tension is up at the top. Get set back, sit backwards, and you
Fucking
explode up
terrible.
as fast as you.
You know, so he's doing the same shit that he's been doing for years. You know, the same shit. And he still looks like shit. You know, he hasn't changed. His body composition is still shit. Looks like shit. Look.
But the band tension, because of the way the bands are doubled over, is so heavy at the top that this is actually...
So he's still using the bands, shitty little elastic band things. But look at the weight. He's using real weight here, I think. This is 7 years ago, before he injured his disc. Like, he's herniated his disc, says it's his erector, but he's fucked him. He's fucking up his spine. Look at, I think it was Ronnie Coleman who fucking turned his spine to powder. This clown, because he's still ego lifting. At 43 years old, he's still ego lifting. Still thinks he can get PRs and all that stuff. This was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Look at the weight. Now he's using fake weights. D-bowl, look, he's D-bowl face of P. So he says he's doing D-bowl. So he's on the gear here. And look how shit he looks. This guy is a fake and a fraud. You know, you don't get stronger. You get weaker as you get older. You can try and maintain it, but I mean, you do, especially him. He looks shit. His body hasn't changed. He hasn't got more mass. Just looks shit then, and he looks shit now.
Difficult for me to overcome at the top, pulling at the speed at which I'm going. Now, something else I do on this, I don't use any sort of special grip on these, so in order to work on my grip strength, one of the things I do is that since I do these every week, I use a double overhand grip. And I actually have to re-grip the bar sometimes down there at the bottom like I did on that set, because it almost pulls out of my hands due to the bands at the top because I'm using an inappropriate grip. And so that actually helps me to build my grip strength. And I've noticed that right now I can do band work on that.
His face is purple.
And I have no trouble at all.
Looks like a fucking grape.
Like this that I do that help build up my grip. Now also you'll notice because of the explode.
Look at that. It's just a fucking joke. The whole fucking thing. His whole life is a fucking disaster. Look, good mornings. Same shit. But he's got bands holding it up. So he's got some weight on here. So what's this? 25 kilograms. He's got two of them. So that's 100k. Yeah. And he reckons he's doing a good morning with them. But he's got a fucking band on here. It's got a band, so it's holding the fucking thing off the ground. It's actually supporting. Look, that thing is not resting. It's supporting the fucking weight. So he's not doing anything. Ego lifting.
Reverse band good mornings with a safety squat bar. And this is one of my favorite movements because it adds more thoracic erector than you would normally get. And this movement is just amazing for building both power and hypertrophy in your thoracic erectors, spinal erectors, glutes, hamstrings. And this is one of my primary movements. I do this a minimum of once a week, if not twice a week. So this is a major, major movement for me.
Look, that thing's being pulled up by the bands.
And here I move up to my normal work weight, which is 200 kilos on these. Now, again, that's with a reverse band, so I'm not taking the full weight, other than close to it at the very top.
Absolute rubbish. It's all a load of shit. His body hasn't changed. He hasn't changed. His workouts fucking remain the same. But he's chucked in a load of fake weights. And it's just a fucking disaster. It really is. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there because it's 10 o'clock at night. I've had more than enough of Jason motherfucking dumb fuck Blaha. And I'm going to say good night. So please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family. Like the videos over on YouTube. Like the channel, please. Support the channel. Click subscribe. And I'm going to leave it there and say I'm out of here.
I ain't no white trash piece of shit. I'm better than you all. I can outlearn you. I can outread you. I can outthink you. And I can out-philosophize you. And I'm gonna outlast you.